So we're doing a little clutch linkage adjustment on the K-Dub. Boys bought some couple 35C haul trucks, got to go get. So I'm adjusting the rod to adjust the clutch brake. It's a great day. Getting cold now. But on a side note, it's Clifford Parton's birthday today. No, Monday. He'll be 57. Happy birthday, Clifford. All right, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Jeff's on his big adventure. I bought something over in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I need to go get it. So stay tuned for that. All right, we're getting ready to go through the Tunnel of Death. This is the one where the trucks and the cars got in a pile up, caught on fire, killed all those people. So I think everybody has to go through the eastbound tunnel. Maybe it looks like they're gonna run us off the highway. Oh boy, that's interesting. I thought they had one side open. What's that big boom thing sticking up over there? I was wishing I brought my drone. We'd do a little dronage. That is a big effing drag line. Well, I made it to Cheyenne, and this is what I came for. Brand new set of cat salt chains. No pads, but the price was right. What do you guess I paid for those? What do you think they're worth? Anyway, tickled to death. Anyway, they got some buggies. 1, 2, 3, 4 buggies on a water weenie. And there's something Burnout would love. An old D8. No turbo. What is that baby? That's an oldie. Something out of the late 50s. Oh cool, here's an old cable ripper. We used to have some of those. Clean one owner. Nice tractor. Oh, and here's one for Frank. Frank, you need some H's and M's. I don't know what those are. Those H or M? That looks like M's. Farmo M. That one's got duals, Frank. You can pull a hell of a scraper with that one. Got one with a mower. They're all for sale. He said 2 of them run. Imagine one without the radiator there doesn't run. Alright, we're in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Bright and early Friday morning. I'm going to blow out of here. Super Dodge is loaded down. So I called Cody, the guy I bought the rollers and stuff from, and asked him what these weigh. He said their book says 2,800 pounds a piece without pads. Kat said the other ones that I bought with the 27 Extreme Service Grousers were 7,700 a piece. So everybody's asking what I paid for these. I paid $5,000. $5,000. I think I got a hell of a deal. So I got chains running through them. I don't think they're going anywhere. I put a strap on this one. I don't think it was necessary, but we'll see how they ride. Let's get out of here.
So I don't know what they call this. This is the downgrade. I'm not far. I'm less than 30 miles from Laramie. Pretty mountains, trees. It's too bad Cheyenne is surrounded by pine trees. Looks like a lot of ponderosa pine. 319 for diesel. Should pull off guts out. Some fireworks, some Twizzlers, some police walkers.
just find the rock formations over there kind of fascinating. Look like they're all tipped up and balancing. That must be from a lot of wind. That gives me my answer, I guess. The wind blows 24/7, has for the last million years. This traffic's terrible. It's just horrible. Oh, another issue. So I get over here, my trailer brakes have quit working. So I don't have any trailer brakes. Area 323, that's right up here. Lincoln Monument. Elevation 8640. Holy cow. See, there's Lincoln's Head up there on the rocks. Let's see, we'll just get off here. 40 miles an hour. Don't they know I don't got no good brakes here?
Take the Wyoming 210 ramp.
Yeah, no. How about we just get rid of you? They got some hellacious truck parking areas back there, but and I think it's a good thing, because when they have to shut this down, what are you going to do with all them trucks? There was a huge one back there, 10 miles. Thing was clear full. This one's got a crap pot full of trucks in it. Summit Rest Area, highest point on Interstate 80. 8,600 feet high. That's high, man. Okay, where can I park? There really isn't anywhere, is there? Just really know where to park here. Oh, I can go over here. Behind the camper. Go in and get me a Diablo and a Dr. Pepper and take a squirt. All right. Let's go check out the trailer, see how she's doing. We'll be good, won't we? We'll be good. Come on now. That's loose. That's tight. So tight. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. We're good. It's a Cummins pulling a Ford. It's a V10. It blew a rod. I got to get him out of here. Cummins good. done my good deed for the day. I pulled the Ford. He's back there where there was no parking, said you'd get towed. He said it blew a rod right out here before he got to the exit, and he got it up that far, and then the motor seized, and he's parked where they come in with fuel. So we'll go around the corner over here. So I think the Maverick put the Conoco out of business over here. For those of you that have ever been into Rawlins, the first exit going eastbound or the last one going westbound, there's a cool Cadillac over here that they've taken two Cadillacs, put them together so it looks like it's going forward when it's going backwards. It's a pretty cool car. It's right there. What is that, about a 57 Caddy? It's been there for 30 years. I'm surprised somebody hasn't bought it. So, back on the road. I just stopped to grab something to eat, something to wake me up. Interstate 80, this way. Put my seatbelt on for safety. You know I'm a safety guy. I'm a safety fella. Alright, next stop, Rock Springs. So you can see the Trans Am there. Mr. Trans Am. So this is where Darville Bandit came and hid from Buford, Sheriff Buford, and lived his life in that trailer house, and then just parted out the Trans Am. So if you're ever in Wamsutter, Wyoming, you can come visit this next to the Conoco. I ain't shitting you, true story. Alright, so this is the second wreck on this highway I've seen. This is some crazy stuff. Holy moly, look at that. He took out the guardrail and the whole 9 yards. There was one about 10-20 miles back, about the same thing. Anyway, it happened at an on-off ramp right there, and they had to, he ended up out in the lanes, so they had to shut down the freeway and run everybody off the off-ramp back on. I'd say he fell asleep. What do you think? easy it would be to get messed up inside that tunnel. People drive too fast, trucks drive too fast through there. I wonder if they're gonna lower the speed limit down.
It's a Sunday morning rain, another sunrise by the roadside. Oh, it's an old and worn and stain, won't come out no matter how hard I try. And as the sun is coming up, I hear the sound of the waking city. I'll hitch a ride at the next truck stop if someone will show a stray dog some pity. I pray, be still, my vagabond heart. Don't listen to the calling road. Be still, my vagabond heart. You don't have to go. The end was there right from the start, and that ain't no way to live. There was always more than just playing a part. So baby, please forgive my vagabond heart. Again, the open road lies before me. That old itch was starting to burn. It's the simple things that always draw me to see what lies behind the next turn. It won't be still, my vagabond heart. It's here in the calling road. So be still, my vagabond heart. You don't have to go. vagabond heart, my vagabond heart, my vagabond heart.
I'll take you down through the town of Kemmer just to come over. Was exciting, wasn't it? They're fixing the road in sections. I don't know why they just don't do the whole damn thing. It's gonna need it anyway. Alright, been putting brakes on the Super Dodge. This is day 2 or 3. And my Napa dealer had the drums and the shoes. But when I took this side apart over here, the teeth on the adjuster are pretty bad shape. And then this adjuster piece here's wore really bad. So I called back in and I said, hey, I need these adjusters. So they ordered them. They came out of Salt Lake. So I went in yesterday morning and got them, brought them back, and come to find out, the right hand side has right hand threads and the teeth face that way. See, that says R right there on it for right. The left hand side has left hand threads and the teeth face the other way. So I called back in. This time I talked to a lady, told her what the problem was, and she found exactly what I needed, and it'll be here this morning so I can get this back together. Man, when I pulled that trailer home, it was kind of scary. I stayed away from trucks and cars. I kept huge following distance because it just didn't want to stop. And I could tell I had good front brakes, but not good back brakes. And one of the problems with a Dodge is they have, people call it a proportioning valve, but they don't proportion. It's basically a pressure reducing valve. And you see that lever coming down to the axle and then the valve up there? So what Dodge did is they made it so that as you load the truck and the box comes down, it pushes that lever up, and it's supposed to apply more brake pressure to the rear brakes. Because when you have disc brakes on the front and drum brakes on the back, the problem you run into is, I think it's about 250, 300 PSI, drum brakes will lock up. Because of the way they're made, you can see the lining's thin here and it's thick here. When they come out, the drum actually grabs. Anyway, they get sucked into the drum, and it takes a lot more pressure on the discs ones to get them to lock up. I think mid 2001 or so they went to disc brakes on these on the back. Man, I wish they'd have done it from the start. So last time I did the brakes on this, I believe it had to been over 10 years ago. And you ask yourself, how could you get 10 years on these brakes? Well, because they don't work. And it was so long ago, I remember it vividly because I got in the Challenger and I went to town to get the new drums and stuff. And that's when the driveline broke on the Challenger, and then it sat for a long time. But what I did, and I got doing some reading, they said, well, take the lever off the valve, and I can't remember what I did. If it goes up, it's going to turn the valve counterclockwise. So I think I took the lever off, and I turned it, and I put the lever back on, so it thinks that it's loaded all the time. But I don't really think the valve is working. So I think what I want to do is take the valve off and plumb it direct and see what it does. A lot of guys have done that. The other thing you can do with these is put 1-ton cylinders in, and they say you get about 30% more braking. But guys who've done that and not done anything with the pressure reducing valve say it didn't help at all. So I'm wondering if my valve has a problem. That's a really expensive component to buy. The other thing I've seen is like Willwood makes a valve that's adjustable. And it's not that much money, and maybe that's the direction I need to go. That way I could adjust that. But in the wintertime, I could go to town and stop at a stoplight, and let's say it was hard packed snow on the asphalt, and I'm sitting in the truck and I can feel the back end wiggling. Well, and a lot of times you'll see these Dodges do that. They're stopped at a light and one of the back wheels is just going round and around and around and spinning. So what I would have to do is put the damn thing in 4-wheel drive to get to stop doing that. And these are the old linings, and yeah, they're wore down, but not near what you would expect with the amount of time that they've been on here. I mean, I've replaced the front linings, geez, 2 or 3 to 1. Well, nah, it'd be more than that. I'll bet I've replaced the front linings 6-7 times and never touched these. Now they were working. It's got a fairly good wear lip on it, so I bought new drums. I've got the other side done and together, but I got to do something with that valve. And discs on the front, drums on the back, that doesn't work unless you've got a pressure reducing valve. You got to run less pressure against drum brakes versus discs. So there's a kit. I saw some, they're $400, $500 to change this over to disc brakes, but none of them come set up to run a park brake on it. Now, how often do I use a park brake? Not very often. So I don't know. Maybe that's what I should have done, was just converted it to disc. What do you guys... I know there's guys that have these. What have you done to cure this problem? Or has it been a problem for you? Anyway, I got the tracks unloaded. They're out there stacked up. The guy that I bought this 9 from out of California is the one that called me and told me about them, and apparently this must have been one of his customers in Cheyenne. Anyway, this is cool because he just said this is what he wants. He wants $5,000 for it. I'm not marking it up. I'm just gonna let you deal with him, which was awesome. $5,000 for those tracks, man. $5,000. That's cool. That's awesome. Anyway, this weekend I've got a guy coming from Texas to pick up the old killdozer tracks out here. I got the crane and pulled them out and set them up there. He called me and wanted to know if I had some tracks, and I said, yeah, I had the ones off Killdozer. They'll go. They've got a lot of meat left on the rails. The bushings are still good. The only problem with them is that the pads are getting really thin, and some of them are broke, chunking off on the edge. But for what he's doing, it'll work. Anyway, I just gave them to him, so he's going to come up from Texas and get those. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? I got some packages here. I got one from Sam Whiteman in Kettering, England. I haven't opened that one yet. And I've also got one here. I don't know who this is from. There's no return address. It just says Mr. Jeff Anderson. Anyway. Oh, James Hansel Farms, Beecher, Illinois. So I got to get these open and see what kind of goodies people have sent me. Anyway, get the Dodge fixed and we'll go from there.